Days after an explosion at a plant in Clifton, we are learning more about one of the employees who was killed. Good evening, everybody. I'm Connie Leonard.
And I'm Doug Proffitt. A large tank exploded, parts of that very tank resting alongside houses on Payne Street. The ATF today calling it accidental. We have live team coverage of the deadly blast at the Jiviton plant. Jose Alonso at the family's news conference where they've retained attorney Ben Crump. But we begin with Isaiah Kim Martinez, who has details on the investigation and what happened that day last week. Isaiah?
Well, Doug, there are looming questions here. Were there warning signs? And was this human error or simply mechanical failure? These are just some of the questions residents want answers to. But for now, here's what investigators have told us.
We were able to definitively say that cooking vessel number 6 failed, and that led to a catastrophic event. There's some indication that the vessel did not vent properly, and that caused an overheating and explosion, overpressurization, if you will.
Louisville ATF Special Agent in Charge Sean Morrow there in a news conference today. I also talked to Brian Stalker with Property Management of Louisville. He oversees the homes hit by tank number 6. This image showing the massive sheet of metal landing on the side of the fourplex right next to the plant.
You can see the tank that exploded came right over here, and it was leaned up against the building. It completely severed the top floor of it, and I think that is part of the structure that has made this uninhabitable.
Says they interviewed more than 130 employees and witnesses and visited around 200 properties working alongside the Arson Bureau. And according to Morrow, evidence suggests there may have been maintenance issues with that very tank prior to the explosion, though he didn't elaborate on that. And Doug and Connie were told this investigation is still very much open. That final investigative report, the final cause report, could take several more months to complete. Connie, Doug.
Well, Isaiah, if you could pick up on that in a second. As you said, they really didn't answer the question today on whether this was human error or mechanical error that caused this tank to explode. Do you get an indication that they've been talking with workers who've been raising concerns, though, about the maintenance of that tank over the past time?
Absolutely, Doug. That's exactly what Special Agent in Charge Sean Morrow says he spoke about with some of those witnesses, including current and former employees. That's why he was able to say that detail about past maintenance issues. I want to mention Louisville Fire Chief Brian O'Neill also said that they are expecting litigation, the company is, when it comes to this incident moving forward here in the months to come. Doug.
All right. Thank you, Isaiah.
Well, we are learning more about the victim that literally got left behind in last Tuesday's blast in the Clifton neighborhood. Kevin Dawson Jr. would have celebrated his 50th birthday yesterday.
His family and their attorneys speaking today, saying he was more than just a dedicated family man. Jose Alonso and photojournalist Jessica Farley are joining us live from the Clifton neighborhood. Jose, what else did you learn about Kevin today?
Doug, we learned a lot of things, especially through the raw emotion that the family was able to share, saying that he was a dedicated family man to 3 children and to his partner. And they went into detail about navigating all the confusion in Tuesday's explosion.
When I got the call from my younger sister that our father was gone, I felt a part of me leave as well. And this is the last thing we expected to be doing the day after his birthday.
A veteran, loving partner, and father. That's how Kevin Dawson Jr.'s family described him in a press conference next to their attorneys.
I went to every hospital. I didn't make it back till 7 o'clock. She said, "You go home." I told her, "No, you go home. I'm going to get KD."
Dawson's partner, Malika Watson, spent hours looking for him. She recalls the emotional search after Jiviton officials say everyone was accounted for.
So the police officers held my hand. "Whoever you were, thank you." And he walked me back down to the barricade, and I stayed there until 11:30. I seen the lights. I just knew you were gonna go in there and get him out.
Watson says she even cut her leg trying to get through fences to get closer to the plant, but was devastated to learn Dawson had died.
He's an Army man. He believes in no man left behind. Why would you leave him? Why would you leave him behind? They just left him. Not until 11:30 did they say, oh, we found someone else. It was too late. I told you at 4:30 to go get him.
My whole life, my father worked 12-hour shifts every day. I just never thought that his commitment to work would lead to his final days. Like I said, all my dad wanted to do was provide and work hard, and then just can't help feeling that my father really worked himself to death. You know what I mean? It's tragic.
Dawson was one of 2 people killed in the explosion, and the family may be filing a lawsuit soon. In regards to Dawson's funeral arrangements, nothing has been set in stone quite yet, but they're hoping to have those services before Thanksgiving Day. Reporting live in the Clifton neighborhood, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 on your side.
All right, Jose, thank you so much for that story. An all clear has been given to people living along Bardstown Road following safety concerns of a suspicious package. LMPD's bomb squad responded to the 4500 block of Bardstown Road in the Buchel neighborhood around 9:30 this morning. There, police say a suitcase was left outside an adult daycare center with an antenna and wires coming out of it. Upon investigation, police determined the case was not a bomb. LMPD says it will be investigating this matter.
Well, you've heard about the talk coming, much colder weather on the way to Kentuckiana, and we are tracking still the possibility that, Connie, when those temperatures plummet, something could float out of the sky around Kentuckiana.
He's just waiting for it, but I'm still trying to take in today how beautiful it was, Ben.
Let's just get there. So we're going to hear about this for 2 more days. No, but yeah, we do have some rain showers on the way for tomorrow morning, and warm temperatures out there now in the upper 60s, and then we have some low 70s for tomorrow. Kind of a transition day Wednesday as we get cooler and breezier, and then that cold blast on the way for Thursday. There you can see a big storm system out to our west. Basically just a few spotty showers for us during the overnight and early tomorrow morning, and then mostly dry tomorrow afternoon. So not a major impact from that system out to our west. You can see a few of these showers passing through during the late night hours. I've got it stopped here around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Couple of these spotty showers around. But look at the temperatures. These numbers are nice in the 60s out the door tomorrow morning, and lower 70s as we look mainly dry for tomorrow afternoon. So in pretty good shape here over the next 24 hours with these temperatures. Mid to upper 60s out there now. We had a high of 70 today. 65 right now in Corydon and Bardstown. Hodgenville checking in at 66. And for the overnight, we only dropped to 61, almost like a late summer night with a couple of showers. That's some spotty showers through about midday tomorrow, 67 at noon, and then drying out with a high of 73 tomorrow afternoon. Again, a couple days down the road, talking about that chance for some wintry precipitation, possibly those first snowflakes on the way in our weather impact team forecast coming up.
An update here tonight. Thank you, Ben. A construction worker who was completely buried in that job site collapse last week in downtown Louisville has survived. One paramedic stands out among the dozens of first responders who headed to the scene.
Well, he was in the hole for almost the entire 9-hour rescue. Our Ian Hardwitt and photojournalist Jessica Farley take us back to that moment when time stood still.
Truly, honestly, from the time I went in, the time I came out, time and stopped.
That's Nate Vitek, 10 feet deep, wearing a green helmet, nearly 7 hours into the life-saving care he gave a construction worker totally buried beneath a concrete floor and a landslide of dirt.
So I'm trapped, and all you can see is just debris and rubble.
Louisville firefighters exposed the trapped worker's arm and head seen in this drone photo from city officials. Just enough room for Vitek to put in the best IV of his 5-year career.
Needle in, threaded the cath, and it went in perfectly. And I was like, yes, I got it. Like, that was probably the most stressful part.
It's how he delivered medicine to the man for almost 8 hours, staving off crush syndrome. That's when the pressure is so intense, the body's muscles start breaking down, poisoning the bloodstream. The reality of his heroics set in much later, after the rescued man reunited with his mother at the hospital.
Probably on the ride home from work. Turn the radio down and you're just chilling with the window open. Yeah, and you're just taking it all in. You're like, all right, we did it.
Vitek loves his job, but he wishes more people would do it.
And we're working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, mandatory overtimes. You can hear sirens back there, nonstop running. Like, I'm coming into work, ambulances. I'm leaving work, ambulances. I know it's the corny line, you know, we're at work family, but here at Metro, I mean, the things we see, we really do bond.
He recommends the career, even if it puts him eye to eye with life and death.
You know, you can be going to work and the building can fall on you. Something can explode. You just don't know if you're going to make it home.
And although saving lives is just another day on the job for him, it still serves as a reminder of what's truly important.
Friends, family, laughter, take that extra 10 minutes to make a phone call, because you just don't know if you're going to have the opportunity later.
In Louisville, Ian Hardwick, WHAS11, on your side.
Well, the former Louisville police detective found guilty of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights is now asking a judge for a new trial to overturn the verdict. Brett Hankison's attorneys accused the Department of Justice of engaging in prosecutorial misconduct throughout his recent federal trial in late October. Hankison was accused of violating the civil rights of Taylor and her neighbors after he fired 10 shots into her apartment, but the jury found him not guilty of violating the neighbors' rights.
And some people who live in southern Indiana tonight are having water issues to start off this work week. Indiana American Water is advising nearly 5,000 customers who live in Charlestown, Indiana, just to the northeast of Louisville, that their water is now under a 24-hour boil water advisory. The company says a pump failed at the Gospel Road water tank, causing a drop in water pressure there for Charlestown. This boil water advisory is expected to be lifted around 9:30 tomorrow morning. Stay with WHAS11.com. In the morning, we'll post updates for you as soon as we learn about any all clear.